How you doing, Mike? Am I live over there? Why? Hey, what do you know? I can see that I do appear to be live. I did sleep well. I did indeed, thank you. Says I'm live. Let's check it out. Let's make sure. See if we can hear myself. Come on, phone. You want to cooperate? Because I'd love it if you would. Thank you. Thank you very much, phone. Doot 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 doot. Says I'm live. Let's check it out. Let's make sure. Haircut. You are live. Yes. The hair has been cut. You bet. All right. It has been cut. So, we are making a movie. Let's see. I don't think my music is on. Just checking a few things on the audio here real quick. There we go. Oh my God, mouse. Please just work. Why is like everything Bluetooth and RF with PCs is just so bad? My mouse always works on my Apple computer. There just are some things that Apple computers are better. Sorry to say it, guys. Sorry to say it. Just some ease of use stuff. All right, how's everything going, Mike? You good? Life good? It's, Rosie, doing good? It's your dog's name, right? Okay. So, made some progress here. Let's connect the mouse via Bluetooth. Rosie's sitting here. Good. Yes, I don't like proprietary. Yeah, neither do I. It's extremely expensive. But sometimes it works. And I really like that Epic Games is suing Apple and starting this whole, monopoly busting cascade effect. And hopefully that creates more compatible softwares and tools that everybody can use, you know. I would love to see more competition out there. And, just more tools, like the only way to really get a trackpad for an Apple computer is to buy their proprietary one, which is just obnoxiously expensive for what it is. And then there isn't really a good trackpad for a PC, because you can't use that with your PC, really. But why? Why can't I? Why do you need to make so many billions of dollars? Couldn't you just like make my life a little bit easier and let me use my trackpad with my PC as well? Anyways, hopefully we'll all the cross compatibility and all that will happen eventually. All right, but who cares about that right now? We're making a movie. All right, so I made a more subtle camera shake because it's time to do some more animation and I needed another camera shake. So I brightened the lights in the larder and I improved the security camera situation. So we can really see a lot better. I can always bring them down again later, but I like it. So now we're going to switch from one camera shake to another, and it's much more subtle now. So, gosh, I wish I had some motion capture stuff set up, but we're going to continue with what we've got, which means no motion capture animating right now. So it means what's next is this creature is going to go into the corner and start munching on some dead bodies. But fortunately, Blackwood can pass out anytime I need to like have a camera cut. Keep in mind this entire short film is from her first person perspective. So the only way the camera ever cuts is her fainting. But let's say she faints and then she wakes up, and when she wakes up the creature is over there in the corner munching on people. So that's what we're gonna do. So the one interesting thing about this is we're actually going to start. I wonder how you can, I want to start a new sequence and copy some of the tracks from this one to that. How do you do that? How do you make a new sequence and copy tracks? I'm going to look that up right now. That's the subsequence. Just use subsequence. Subsequence track. One is the master, the other is the sub. And you add what you want to the other, but can be weird. Okay. Sounds not worth it. Because I don't really need much information from this sequence. I can handle it. So what we're gonna do is not even worry about that. We're gonna open up a new. It has drawbacks in editing is what I found to be the problem. Yeah, gotcha. Well, I can make do with what we've got. So let's just open up a new sequence. Because now Blackwood is no longer going to be attached to, Blackwood is no longer going to be attached to the monster, to the creature. So let's get her. First off, well, we'll make a new sequence. Blackwood in larder. Oh, by the way, Mike, thanks for making that tutorial about Unreal Engine 5.4 rigging. Looks really cool, and I have not yet been able to check out your full tutorial. I did get done with my deadline, but then another one immediately popped up, because that's life. But I do really appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. You know what? That light is too bright. I just don't need it right now. Okay, so let's get Blackwood. She's a metahuman, so that's where she's gonna be, right? Where are we? Metahumans, Blackwood. There she be. What the heck? What the heck was that? Okay. So there she is. Start by laying her down like that. And then we're adding her to the sequence like so. And you can see, look at this nice control rig I made for her. This is before Unreal Engine 5.4. It's a pretty frickin' sweet control rig, if you ask me. What does this do? Pretty frickin' sweet. Oh, you know what? This is not the control rig I made. I lied. This is a stupid control rig that Unreal Engine made. Let's get rid of that dumb metahuman control rig. Stupid. Get out of here. Let's get rid of the face rig too. We don't need that shit. Okay. Now let's bring in our own goddamn control rig. Control rig. Huh. Where's the control rig that I made? There we go, that's what you gotta do. Filter asset by skeleton, get rid of that bullshit. Okay, let's save this. Let's see what control rig I used in the other sequence. A lot of going back and forth. Let's open it up. Where is Blackwood? Here she is. CR. So the CR mannequin body 1. So control rig mannequin body 1. That's what we want. So did I not? Blackwood. Where the fuck is this? Where is this? Where are you? Path? Game? So I made a new sequence and I have no idea where it is. So, all content, larder. Where the fuck are you? Okay, show me where you are. Great, you're just in content. Okay. Let's make a new folder for this location, larder. Let's put this goddamn sequence in it. Okay, there we go. Now my sequence is in the correct place. CR Mannequin 1. Could you fucking open? There we are. Control rig. Do not filter by skeleton. Get out of here. CR Mannequin body 1. Boom shakalaka. Now here's the control rig I made. Actually fucking works instead of the stupid one with MetaHuman that doesn't work for my purposes. There we go. Now we're happy. Her head may be just resting in a dead body, but we don't care. Okay. Let's bring in a new cinema camera. You'll have to excuse the beeping. My uninterrupted power supply, one of them that is, has a battery failure. And it self-tests itself. It self-tests its battery and then tells me that it's not working. And it tells me for a long time. But I already know, and I bought a replacement battery. Okay, I get it. Thank you. You can stop beeping now. All right, so then let's, oh man, I sure hope it doesn't make me redo that. What do you know? Of course it did. No, did it? I don't fucking know. No, it didn't. Okay. Could you show it to me? Where's the camera? Now, how do I bind it to her head again? VR mannequin body. How do I attach it to her head again? Okay, well, let's save this. Can I open up an additional sequence without closing this one? I don't know. I should be able to. But of course I can't. So it says attached to BP Blackwood V2 head socket. All right, figuring out how to attach it to her head. I don't do this stuff over and over again. So, okay, attach to, oh, what do you know? Choose a component. Body? Head socket, there we go. Okay, we did it. We did it. And it kind of fucked up the position of the camera, but we're gonna fix that. Don't worry, Michael, we got it. We got this. So let's, what the heck? This camera is really zoomed in. Does some weird stuff, for sure. You know, that's kind of what I get for constantly making it up as I go along, is I gotta deal with like weird, buggy shit. But that's feeling pretty good, so let's lock the cameras, transform to there. Now let's go back to her mannequin. Let's go to her head and let's rotate it and see if the camera rotates. What do you know? Camera rotates, but her whole body rotates, so what the fuck is that about? I'm only attached. Ah! Rawr! What are you doing? Okay, her elbow does that. Let's see what happens if I try to move her neck. There we go. But if I try to move her head, I don't know why her whole body was moving for a second there. Buggy moment, buggy moment. Everything seems to be fine though. Let's get her back on the ground. Okay, she's back on the ground. That's where, you know what? She needs a transform track. You can get the head control from the outliner. Yes, indeed. Yeah, great. I can see that up here. I did not notice that before. Animation outliner. Great. Good thinking. So now I need to add a transform track to her, so that I can, let's have her start in this spot. And now we can animate. Okay, let's add, since we've got a cinema camera, let's add a camera shake. I made a subtle camera shake, so I'm adding that now. And that gives us just a little bit of, as the name implies, subtle camera shake. Since now at this point she has been, the monster is no longer holding her and dragging her across the floor, so it's just her breathing. And it does not need to be so aggressive. Save everything. That's weird. Let's make the animation really long, because I like to have a lot of room to work with. Great. We don't need to see all that. Great. Cool. All right, so now we're no longer doing anything with the camera actor where it's all her head. Very cool. Okay, one other thing we need to do with the camera actor is this is really quite zoomed in. It looks good, it looks very cinematic, but it's too zoomed in for a first-person perspective. It's a little claustrophobic having it zoomed in like this, which honestly is kind of cool. So very scary, but human. I'm kind of going for the human eye, and we have, I think we have like a 30 equivalent of a 30 millimeter field of view. I think it's actually more like, yeah, 30 millimeter if you're talking full frame, and it's more like 16 or 11 millimeter if you're talking Super 35. So it's a really, we have a very wide field of view. Yeah, I kind of like it too. Mike says, kind of like it though. Yeah, it does. Oh, you kind of. Oh yeah, you can see it. Good. Let's look at it closer. Let's let it fill the frame. Oops, I'm not in the right camera actor. Let's go to Cinema Camera Actor 5. There's no animation, so. Okay, that didn't help. Wish I could figure out how to make this little viewer bigger. Like if they just made it so that I could just drag it and make it bigger. Why? Is that not something I can just do? Yeah, it's I can always adjust the field of view. I can always have it zoom in to kind of emphasize that she's looking at something. And it is very horror-esque to have it be such a tight angle. Yeah, right now, I'm gonna have it be a wide angle lens. I'm gonna have it zoom out so that it's just easier to see, and that fits the aesthetic of how I've been doing it already. So I'm gonna open up the other sequence and see what did I do for the other sequence. Let's go to the cinema camera actor. Ah! Dude, it's hard to click the right thing. Give me the, I want to click this divider. Ah, Epic Games. Your UI is bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it, but it's true. Okay, field of view. 102 degrees, so what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I said a what the fuck? What the fuck? There we go. Yeah, so that way you get this really wide field of view. That's why she can see her legs and the background at the same time. You can see a lot of what's going on. And I can always adjust it later. So I would almost give it a slight blur that can animate to sharpness and then blur out again, giving the impression she is in and out of consciousness. Yeah, that's a great idea. You can change the focal length, excuse me, the manual focus distance. You can change what she focuses on by changing the camera's focus distance, and I've done that in the previous parts of the short film. When she walks up to the sign, I made sure the sign is in focus, and then when she looks far away, I made sure far away is in focus. We could do that. I can also do that in Final Cut Pro and have a lot easier time of it after the fact. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. For now, I'm going to take a picture of these camera settings so that I can copy them to my other sequence. So I guess I could, it says I can copy this selection. I wonder, I'm gonna copy this. I don't even want to mess around with it. I guess you can copy those and paste them into a different sequence. But since I just took a picture, I'll do it the dumb, easy way. So you can see the focal length is set to 35. That's why it looked so zoomed in, which had a very cinematic feel, but we want something more like a focal length of 9.5 and a field of view of 1.102 degrees. There we go. Now we're seeing a lot more, getting a lot more of the room. She's got, you fucking suck. You fucking suck. Okay, press the head before trying to turn it. There we go. All right, turning. Yep, it's a lot more like a human's field of view. Look at this. I'm clicking the head control, but I'm still moving the entire body. Every once in a while there's just a silly bug, but if I just undo it for a second and then go back, it's fine. So yeah, we're seeing a lot more of the room this way. And then I did actually have the camera zoom in one of the previous scenes to emphasize that she's really looking at one specific detail. And I can get into that level of specificity later. All right. I guess now it's time to stop with the shits and giggles and get animating. So she's gonna wake up. She's gonna look over there, see the creature munching on somebody. Now let's animate the head. So, yeah, I see what you mean. It looking better, yes. As far as the real human perspective, yeah. But there is something about the creative license of zooming in more and kind of constricting what we can see. That's conducive to horror. Limit what the audience can see. I have an error showing up on OBS. I hope I'm still live. I might have to, I think I probably have to upgrade my OBS software or whatever. Update it. But looks like I'm live. Am I still live? Okay. So she's looking over at the creature, munching. Then she's going to kind of look around for maybe things she can grab. Again, we don't want the camera to clip through any objects, any dead bodies. Or herself, for that matter. So she looked that way. Now she's going to look the other way. And that's when she's going to start to notice that there is a camera above her. But first we're going to look past our feet. Oh, that's a bit... Camera position is a bit much. It's like it sees her bosom. It kind of obscures the view of the room. So I might have to adjust the camera's actual angle. Look at her head there. And then this is when she's going to look up and notice that. And now, even if I leave the camera still, that camera shake layer that I put on there is giving us that subtle movement. You are still live. Yes, live. Thank you very much, sir. One of my favorite little snacks. Reminds me of going to Chinatown in San Francisco as a kid. Botan rice candy. These cute little candies. Each of them comes with like a little sticker printed in Japan. So I guess this should remind me of Japantown. I don't remember if I got them in Japantown or Chinatown. But once you take off the plastic wrapping, then there's an inner wrapping which is made out of rice paper that you can eat. And then there's a little fruity flavored candy inside. It's like a Japanese Jolly Rancher. Pretty silly. Okay, so now that she's looking up and has noticed the camera, now it's time for the camera to make its debut as a character. So let's track the camera to the sequence. You can see I put a speaker next to it, and I put a little cord going from the speaker to the camera. And that's essentially why I decided to increase the amount of light we're getting. Now, for some reason, my cinema camera actor's way over here, and that makes no sense. Okay, that's just where it is at the first frame of the sequence, no problem. So, all we need is a transform for this security camera. We're going to animate it with the rotation transform. So once she notices it, it's gonna pan down, turn its head and kind of look at her. Which means I need to click that transform rotation one more time and then give it a second to look down at her. Oops, don't want to do that. Let's have it, okay, here's what we're gonna do. It's like a robot, right? So it's going to first tilt down, then it's going to pan to the left to look at her. So we got it. Sound effects are required. There you go. It's not like one fluid movement where it pans and tilts at the same time. No, this is a mechanical camera. It's going to pan down and then it's going to tilt down and then pan. Us videographer people, they're not all panning. You don't pan down, pan this way, pan up, pan through the air, pan over there. No, it's panning, tilting, dollying, zooming. Come on. Yeah, we're snobs. And then as this camera is talking to her, or the person behind the camera, it can kind of do minor adjustments that will happen a little bit faster. So that it's noticeable. All right, excuse me, I'm chewing my chewy candy over here. All right, so then right about now, she's, realizing there's somebody behind the camera and talking to it. I wish I had my script open. That would be the smart thing to do, but because my uninterrupted power supply, one of them is dying, I only have enough uninterrupted power supply for one computer right now, so I don't have my other one with the script open. But this gives me at least a good idea of what I need. And you know what happened, Michael? For some reason, when we created this camera yesterday with the sphere and we tried to add a more impressive light to it, that light just completely disappeared. I don't know that it's necessary though. I don't know that it helped. There's only so much time. So then she's going to turn and look back at the creature now. Ouch, wonder why. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't even question it anymore. There's just, sometimes the Unreal Engine gods are not with me. Just random shit happens. So So I really should be animating this with a script so that I have an idea of, with my radio edit. But basically she looks up, she notices the camera, it notices her, it looks down at her. Hello, Sheriff Blackwood. Oh my God, help, who are you? What's going on, help. You're part of something. And then, of course, she slowly looks over at that. That's a bit too slow. When you look over at a monster eating somebody, you're pumped with adrenaline, even if your body is not working very well, as hers is not. And so you turn your head as fast as you possibly can. We got jerky head motions. What is that? That is the future. And then she turns back. Again, not very fast. But we actually can speed things up in Final Cut Pro. Ah, I pressed some sort of shortcut that made me zoom in on the timeline. Didn't want to do that. Also, did not learn what the shortcut was. Okay. Okay, so now that we've got that, that's as far as I want to take that without knowing what the dialogue actually is. Let's take off the headphones because I don't hear any music anymore. Let's look out the window for a sec, and then we're going to try to animate the monster on all fours chewing some dead bodies. This would be where it would be really cool if I had move one set up and I could just record myself doing it. Or if I had a motion capture suit. Because I know this is kind of an arduous process. Looking outside, seeing if I see any bunnies. It's been a bunny kind of day. You know what, we're actually doing pretty good on time. I'm happy about how much we're getting done here. So I'm not even gonna mess around with the idea of trying to animate the creature crawling over this direction yet. Right now I do have to do that, or I could rely on jump scares. Yes, the music is still there. I need to stand and stretch a bit. You do that. Never worry about taking care of your body. You are an appreciated audience member, collaborator, awesome dude, but don't worry. I'll never begrudge you having to get up, walk the dog, live your life, okay? You get to have a life, even if I don't have one. I won't begrudge you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, I have a life. I choose to spend it making awesome friggin' monster movies. How cool is that shit, man? Need a drink of water. Stay hydrated. I got my electrolytes, orange juice. I've also got some water too. All right, let's bring our zombie. Zombie. Always reminds me of Andy from The Office. Zombie. Zombie. I can't even do it. Zombie. Eh, eh, eh. Singing some Sarah McLachlan song or something. Get your stuff together, man. You are losing it. You are losing it for sure. Okay, let's track Mr. Zombie. And he's back. He is back. Selection mode. I got a Zumba. Oh wait, I already tracked the zombie in here. Okay. Now, let's give Senor Zombie. We'll click his transform node. Let's give him a control rig. I bet Zombie Control Rig 1 is the one I want. Oh, this is gonna be real fun. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's just crank through this. Thought I might have heard the bell tower in the distance. I'm gonna see if I can get the music where I can hear it. There we go. Now I can hear it. I need a little bit of music to frickin' keep me going, man. Now, if I have to one at a time save all this shit, I'm gonna lose my brain. We're doing okay. All right, he kind of looks like he's sitting. Okay, this is so far so good. That was not his clavicle, which I was trying to move. I was trying to work with his clavicle, but I did his upper arm. But that's okay. Clavicle's fine. Where it is. Just been messing with master sequences for the future to do what you wanted to do by adding other sequence pieces into it. Very cool. I'm always excited to learn more new stuff, so keep me apprised with what you figure out. So, okay. We gotta plan this out. So, he's on the ground. I need to think this out. He's on the ground, all fours like this, and oh gosh, make sure I'm pulling up my pants and my underwear so we don't get no plumber's crack. Okay, so all fours like that, and then so, okay. I'm trying to think of what are the main pivot points. So if I can keep the back relatively straight and bend at the lowest part of the back, and that'll what'll bring his head down, and then I just have to bend the elbows out like this. So that's pretty much all I'm trying to do. Is he's going like this. Okay, that was cool. Did you create a zombie toilet? Yeah, I'm just, right. Yep, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna get a video of me doing that because I've learned it's super important to have reference. So, one sec, guys. Of course, I zoomed the wrong direction. Sorry about that, zooming you in when I meant to zoom you out. All right, so I'm setting my iPhone so I can get a quick little video of this from a few different angles. This is being a filmmaker. Okay, so we got Monster. He's like, maybe, you know, it's kind of up on its feet like this. Nom 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 nom. Eating monster. Monster eating. Let's do it from a different angle. Okay. Plumber's crack avoidance. Okay. Then we'll do it like this so that I've got a few different angles on this. Okay. I've prayed to the zombie flesh-eating gods. Thoroughly debased myself. Thoroughly. I see you sent in some ideas there. Mike. Yeah. So, okay, so head needs to shake back and forth, so waist control. You will also need to move the shoulders down. If hands are planted on the ground, your elbows will bow automatically. Except I haven't made the control rig with, are those IK controls that will automatically do that? Because I don't have any of that stuff set up. It's just every joint I have to move. So let's, but this is really helping me figure out what I need to do. Clavicle needs to be out like to the side this way. And then the elbow we bend in like this. Let's get a different view on this. Yep. Hand back like this. Yeah, I appreciate the the notes there. I just don't know how to get it to automatically like have the hands planted on the ground, and then if I push the shoulders down, the elbows will automatically bend. I don't have any of the rigging set up where any of the joints will move automatically with any of the others, except for the ones that are parented to others. Like when I move the clavicle, the whole arm moves with it, but I don't know how to get it any smarter than that. I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie at all of this. Okay. Upper arm. I think it is IK, he says. Yes, I think so too, just from what I've heard other people talking about, but I've never set it up. That's down the line. I'll be looking into how to do that. But now we've got this, you can see what we're going for. So let's save each thing that I've touched. Let's get his head back like that, because he's munching. That's his neck joint. All right, let's grab him by the root. Let's rotate him. Hey, what do you know? He's doing the thing. Doing the thing. All right. So I just wanted to, that's not bad. It's really lacking dignity. He's got some booty cheeks, this guy. We're gonna have him off at an angle, so it's not so comical. Though there is something really disturbing about seeing a naked humanoid creature munching people. It's very disturbing. The nakedness adds to the effect. But if we're staring right down the pipe, you know, if he's mooning us super hard, then it's not quite as scary. Honestly, it makes it a little silly. It detracts. Let's see if I can get his toes to, oh shit, get out of here. Let's see if I can get him to sort of plant his toe. Oh yeah, you kind of can. Ooh, but it's only like some of the toes, so that's not my favorite. But that does kind of work. We're just gonna have to go like that. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. So one foot is kind of engaged, the toes are down. You think the knees need to come down? Okay. I think if we bring his root down, we just bring him down in his whole body and maybe rotate him a bit like that, and maybe a bit like that. Now we've done it. Excuse the indecent exposure right there. So he's kind of, let's get this bag of human flesh out of there. Flesh bag. Now that's where he is. This flesh bag is kind of indistinct. We don't really know what's going on. So I kind of like, now that honestly kind of works. He's got kind of a golem stance, a golem stance. Now let's maybe just bring him over to her. Already kind of gotta. He gets so lost in the wall. So, okay, let's frame our shot based on where she's gonna be. Let's think about this. She's over here. And yeah, it's pretty hard to see him with it super wide. But that's okay. That kind of helps. It's not going to be this wide. It's going to be not as wide as that, but this way we don't really even see what he's munching too much. But let's bring her. Let's duplicate her. I really liked where I had her, so I'm going to duplicate her once I get out of the animation mode. Actually, you know what? Let's not leave animation mode. First, let's continue with what we were doing. Let's fucking animate this zombie. God frickin' damn it. Let's do it. Hello, where's the control rig? Come on back, control rig. You come on back now. Now, this is the hard part. So we're first going to make a loop of him. Yep, like that. Okay. So let's undo that. So spine 1, we're going to set a starting mark, and then we'll have him kind of dive in. And then let's have him sit back up. So, nom 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 nom. Oh yeah, that's really good. Nom nom nom. Okay, so we'll deal with the arms in a sec. But this is working, especially from a distance. It's gonna work. So now we've got the head. Let's go here and let's give it a keyframe. So he's down, he's gonna go. He's diving in with the head. He's taking a bite. Now he's gonna. Now that he's taken a bite, he's gonna twist his head to the side and rip a chunk off. Then he's gonna twist the other direction. Blah 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 blah. Gotta make the noises. It's very helpful. We're adding in all sorts of head twisting. Okay, fucking head twisting, head going up, head going down. Why are you so hard? These little keyframe buttons are so frickin' small. Boom. All right, so he goes down. His head's doing some things. Great. Let's give his head more activity on the way down. He's like moving too slow. Okay. And Now that he's back up, he needs to be munching and swallowing, which we're going to show pretty much entirely with his neck and head. Basically just backward and forward movement. Dude, fucking keyframes are hard. Just the button is so small in a 4K display. All right, let's see. Yeah, we'll get the dead body closer to the zombie in a bit here. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to get the munchy animation working. So let's add in some more head. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. It's kind of working. All right, so let's just duplicate it a few times and see what it looks like in the portion where she goes and looks at him. Save everything, of course. Okay, fuck, he just moves so slow. He moves too slow. Right? Let's try watching it from the camera perspective, because I think I'm being overly critical. Let's watch. Okay, I know what needs to happen there. We need to just speed up these animations a bit here in this portion where... Oh yeah. Get back in there. Chew. But his head is just clipping. The animation is too fast now. Rug. Rugga, 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 rugga. Animation is tough. Whenever you have keyframes too close together, you get that weird clipping, you know, too jittery animation. So here we go. I think this will work now. She sees him. His head's moving. Oh, num, num, num. Num, 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 num. Okay, but I don't have that back animation. What happened to that? Here it is. That's what we need. Need that. And now we need it over here. Need him to lean down again. But let's make it happen really fast. And twice. Maybe not as, maybe different. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Now she turns, she looks at him. He kneels down again, kneels back up. Kneels. I mean, he leans down. What am I talking about? Are you animating linear? No. Cubic auto. Okay, so anytime the back is up, the one thing that's going to be hard is animating the arms. So I am thinking about putting some shit in the way to make it a little bit difficult to, you know, obscure him, but whatever, I can animate the arms. But I want him to really... I see what's happening here. I don't like that. Yeah, the easing is happening. It's just Baka. Okay, so when he's down in this position, that's where we want his arms to be. That's the situation for the arms. So I need to make it so that whenever he sits back up again, his arms stay planted on the floor. And so this is how I will do that. We got the right clavicle. Let's animate to there. Upper arm, animate to there. Lower arm, animate to that. Upper arm, let's go back to upper arm. Put it on the floor. There we go. Now, this arm ain't fucking cutting it. Don't really see the arm that clear. Yeah, just right, but still gonna try to make it as realistic as I can. There we go. Got some fucking popping. Okay, so now I gotta zoom in. Then I gotta frickin' scroll over. Lose my... Dude, Epic Games, come on, help me out here. This animation stuff is frickin' difficult, guys. Okay, they could take some cues from like normal video editing software. So this is really hard to navigate. There we go. Frickin' F and F, man. Okay. So it's basically just getting the reverse animation happening when he leans up. Yeah, there we go. Now his arms stay planted where I want them. Okay, so now I kind of just have to do that, repeat that a few times, so that each time he leans up and then leans down, his arms are doing their equal and opposite animation. I just need to, so that. This is actually, I think, working. Let's see. So he's okay. Oh yeah. All right, but why did that happen? That happened because I needed to do it the opposite direction. I get it. Okay. We're going to cut those keyframes. We're going to move these over there, paste these there. There we go. So it's like up, down. Then he does appear to slowly come back up. So that means, uh-oh. GPU crashed. Fuck that shit. Oh. Why? GPU crash dump triggered? Cool. I'm going to end it in a bit here, but I did want to get a little bit further on this. Five 5.3.1, huh? Well, we had a GPU crash. GP poo. Well, while we're getting that back going, make sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Bodhi the Movie Maker. There's a free version. Check it out. r.streaming.pool size 24,000. Damn. Yep. Shit happens, my man. But I do think I saved it like moments before that happened. We'll see, won't we? My first short film that I made using Final Cut Pro, shot it on an iPhone. Everything hardware related that could go wrong went wrong. It was so painful, so hard, and I was just learning as I was going, and the software basically just ground to a halt. I could barely get the final version exported. That's how like intense the software problems were. And you know, when that happens, it's just the technology testing you to see if you're worthy of making films. Because if you can get through that, if you can get through the hardware issues, the software problems, the crashing, and you can keep going and you can finish a film and submit it to festivals, get it out to the world, then you deserve to make your next movie after that. And not only do you deserve to, you will be able to. You're proving to yourself that you can do it. So shit happens, man. Hardware breaks, software glitches, bugs happen. I mean, this is a technological marvel. Unreal Engine is really, it is magic. I'm, you know, I'm a caveman looking at the majesty of the sun. That's how I feel thinking about what Unreal Engine really, what it is. And so I'm all right with these inexplicable software glitches and bugs. They're the strange Unreal Engine gods acting mysteriously. They work in mysterious ways. All right, so the arms are staying, the hands are staying on the ground with this animation. So we didn't lose much, Michael. We did not lose much progress there, so I'm quite happy about that. Let's see what this this shot looks like from the perspective of the camera. Okay. Oh yeah, he's much more active. His head's moving. He's crouching. His legs don't have any movement, but that's okay. He's eating. He's munching. Then, if I really need to, I can just do kind of a jump scare where Blackwood's looking up at the camera, and then the next time she looks over to find the creature, it's not there. And then she looks down towards her feet, and it's like crawling at her. And that way I can skip the whole need of having it, animating it, coming across the floor to her like this, which is going to be really hard. I'm just trying to figure out every way that I can simplify the work that's going to go into this. But there you go, we did that. We made some progress. Happy about it. Oh shit, what'd I do? Choose files to save. Save all. Sometimes I click the wrong thing. But it's all good. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Yeah, it does look good. It does. You know, she's talking to the camera, and then she looks at the monster, and there it is. And its animation looks good from this distance. And got a little bit of camera shake there, and there's a lot of movement going on. We've got flies buzzing, we got a flickering light. You know, there's lots of storytelling happening here. And I think it's pretty freaking cool. And then of course her hands are gonna animate, reaching up and her hands are gonna be in the foreground doing stuff. And so I'd say we've got another solid handful of hours left on animating this, and then there's a few more solid handful of hours in rendering it out editing it, putting together the sound design, and syncing it to the voice acting. But we're really on course, and this is going to be a tidy, compact, intense little horror short film. And I can't wait to turn this into the next film and the next film, and keep learning and keep making my workflow more efficient. Because I really feel like I'm trying to eat a steak with chopsticks. You know, animating with a mouse and keyboard and clicking on the joints, and it's so hard. So hard. Yeah, that would be good to have him appear right in front of her face, says Michael. Yeah, that would be good. So he's over there, and then she's looking at the camera again, talking to it, and then the next time she looks over, he's not there, but then she turns her head to look at her feet, and boom, that's where he is. And we got a little bit of storytelling in between there, and then I got to come up with a prop that she's gonna grab off of the floor. So there's some work that needs to be done. But this setup, the chewing animation, the camera animation, the her on the ground. So we've got a whole new setup with a new camera shake. So we're set for this next scene, which is really important. And more animation to come. And gosh, I can't wait to figure out how to get into first person, full body animation and hand animation with actual motion capture. And I'd love to learn how to incorporate the live camera tracker using like the phone, like I've done before, Live Link. And I could use that for first person, and then I could have a motion capture suit for capturing my hands and stuff. And I could make like really intensely articulate first person shooter type stuff. It's gonna take time. Don't beat yourself up on it. It'll happen. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time. Thanks everybody for being here. Cool. Okay, guys. Good fun. I think we're gonna end it there. For those of you who want to be like Michael and the other cool kids, check out the Patreon. You get your name credited in the live streams and the long form videos that go out on YouTube, and at the end of our short films. You can see the short film that's up right now on patreon.com/Bodhi the Movie Maker. You got to become a member, and you'll get your name at the end of the short film, at the end of the book. You'll be credited in the book. The audio book is coming out in multiple chapters a week. I haven't been able to put out the most recent chapters this week yet because of deadlines and such, but I'm getting back to it. And yeah, there's a lot more cool stuff on the Patreon. You can join for free, or you can become a member and support my work, and every dollar goes back into creating this project and hiring artists like voice actors and proofreaders and illustrators. And it really means a lot to me. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, everybody. Okay, love